Howdy folks, welcome to episode 30. I've got a cat sitting on my hand here, so I may have to adjust the cat in a minute. Anyway, yeah, I'm waiting for this to come up. Oh, it did come up to, it just came up to pressure. But yeah, so, and you know, the fast travel did just work. I retested that, and I don't know why it wasn't working before, but yeah, it just, I don't know. So anyway, let's head over this way with this. Here, we'll head over this way with this, and we'll get these cars, and then we'll go get our lumber, our beams, that is, and bring our beams over. And what did we need? Because we brought, I need to check the numbers on that stuff again too, because we brought, there we go, we brought a bunch of here, and I think we need to switch this one too. Yeah, okay. So let's go like this, and there we go. Because we brought, see, we have a specific amount. It uses 5 things per, so we can use that to calculate how many thingies we can actually, how many, yeah, I can't word right now. How much gold we can make, yeah. We can use the numbers on our other stuff to calculate how much gold. Am I? Yeah, I am on that car. Why is it? There we go. I want to be gentle because these ones are especially easy to knock off. Whoops. That's my bad. I'm trying to reach around the car, or the cat. Alright, so we got all those. Let's make sure that the brakes are not on these before we take off with them, because they could be. Here, sorry about that. Brake 0. Let's turn off the lantern. Brake 0. Let's go to the very end to make sure the one in the back end isn't braked. Not broken, braked. Okay. Alright, so let's head over to the, let me turn this down a little bit. Yeah, we'll head over to the sawmill. Let's make sure that we have the track set up for that. And I'm not going over 15 or 20 or whatever. It looks like our track is all set up for that. Okay, good. That's why. We're not zoomed out. That's why I couldn't see the back of the... I was wondering why I couldn't see the back of the... whatchamacallit. There we go. I was trying to see the back of that in order to get us set into the thing. I'm really hoping we can get past whatever was causing our pileup before. That was interesting. Did you see that? Watch the black smokestacks. There's suddenly there's suddenly one right there. I love it. Let's see if it does it on this side too. See, there's a lower one. See, there's a second one coming out, but it doesn't come out, and suddenly it comes out right there. I love it. All right. Can you tell I used to do software QA? Quality assurance. It's funny that people don't even know what that is, especially anymore. But there was one time I applied for a job, and they read my resume, a CV for you, those of you on the metric system, and they're like, "Oh, you did software Q&A." Like, they thought I just answered questions, question and answer. It's what? Or were they being Borat, right? The US and A? I don't know. I don't know what their problem was, but... Alright, see if we can go fast. Can we go faster? That's funny. We go full speed at like 20% regulator. We'll see. You know, what was it? The boxcars that were crashing on that one thing? I think it was just the box cars that were getting destroyed, because didn't the engine just go right past it over and over? I don't know. We'll find out. We're going to find out the fun way. It's definitely more fun for you. Since you don't have to clean it up. Alright. We'll take it easy over this switch. Because these four... It's a downside of these 4 cars, because you can get more beams on a shorter train with those cars. But, yeah. Let's see, let's go back up here. There we go. Alright, and we're going to slow down, because this is starting to get into messy territory here. We're just going to let it coast. I drive people nuts driving my car like that. I'm like literally a mile from a stop sign. I drive on rural roads. I'm not in the city or anything. I'm like a mile from the stop sign, and it's a slight downhill. So, and I'm going 55, and I got to stop. And so I just let off the gas, and I don't do it when there's cars right behind me, though. But I'll let off the gas and just coast the whole way to the... Because by the time I get to the stop sign, I'm going like 35, and I still got to stop anyway. I got to use the brakes to stop anyway. But it's like... I'm not going to use all that gas just to, you know, speed up to the stop sign or whatever. But it's just kind of fun to like... to do that, to try to have more smooth controls or whatever, you know. Hey, can I... Oh, you know what? We need to... Yeah, we need to go around this, and then we need to back up. Okay. But yeah, it's fun to try to do that, and, you know, to set your... Because I'll do the same thing in the bus, too, where it's like, you know, a light turns red up ahead, and I'll tap the engine brake at just the right time so that the bus is going, like, creeping up to the back end of the car that's stopped right before the light turns green, and I don't actually have to stop. And I basically haven't touched any controls since I tapped the brake, like, you know, 30 seconds ago. And then the light turns green and I can finally go, and I didn't have to do anything. It's just kind of fun to try to do that. Try to time it and to see how well you know the machine, you know? How in tune with its capabilities and tendencies and everything else can you be. It's fun. The thing with this is you have no feel for how fast you're going, other than the visuals of the trees going by and stuff. Because, you know, you have, like, the wind hitting the windshield, the sounds of that, and the you know, the sounds of the wind going past, and the feel of all of the... I don't know that other people actually feel all that stuff, but it's like you can feel all the axles moving and the pulleys and every little bearing and stuff, every little joint and bearing and everything else moving around. And okay, and we're gonna hit that switch. There we go. All right, let's back up here. And then we'll load this all up with whatchamacallit. Yeah, it's fun doing that. It's especially useful to do that in an airplane when you're coming in. Energy management, you know? When you... at the point when you hit when you touch down on the runway, you don't want to have you don't want to be going either way too slow or way too fast. Obviously, if you're going too slow, you're not touching down on the runway, you're just falling out of the sky because you stall. But obviously you can add power if you need to. That's a little easier than trying to get rid of energy, which seems to be the... Whoops. When people first play a flight simulator and they've never flown before, that's what they always end up doing. They always end up... They come in to try to land and they totally overshoot the runway. Oh, you know what? We can do this from inside the train. What am I thinking? I'm not thinking. I'm yapping. They're mutually exclusive. Okay. Let's go like this. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna bring this back. I mean, I can pretty much guarantee that all of these beams are not enough. 61. I might have to buy more cars or whatever, right? Let's go look at the, once we stop here, we'll go look at the map and the whatchamacallit. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to, and then we're going to go like this. Okay, so let's check out the map. Let's go look at, was I like in the engine of the train when I was trying to teleport? Maybe that's why? I'll bet that's what it was. I'll bet I was like still in the engine. You know what I mean? My player was still inside the engine, because you can't just teleport out, I don't think. Okay, so we have 40 rails. So we need to make 84, right? We need to make 84 gold times 5. That's like 400 beams. We're never going to get 400 beams out there, are we? Because we got 100 of these. I think the 100 is going to be our goal. Because that's way too much. I don't know. Should we do that? Maybe we should just load it all up. Yeah, let's do it. Let's try to make 100 of the gold. So we'll just bring all the beams, because we're going to need to bring like 1,000,000 of them. Alright. Let's do that. Let's at least bring an entire train load of them. And we're going to load up a bunch more cars too. We're going to buy some more cars, and we're going to try to make a long train to get it up there, I think. Let's see if we can get this past here. There we go. There we go. Okay. And then this one, it's going to be trickier. The other thing is, the problem with the smaller cars is they do take more, yeah, this is going too fast. The smaller cars, they take more effort to get them to load correctly. There we go. Come on, you can do it. There we go. All right. We're going to use the brake to try to get this. You know what? We'll do this too, instead of trying to load 2 at a time. Is it going to go? Yep. And then we'll get this one to go. Is it going? There we go. Okay. I think this is easier to do it this way. And then we're going to have to be more precise on the brakes and stuff with this one. Let's see. See if we can get it to... Come on, you can do it. Why isn't it loading? Oh, because I'm on the wrong car, that's why. Because I'm an idiot? That's always a good reason. Alright. Let's get this moving again. See, these cars turn like this, too. You know what I mean? They like waggle back and forth. I'm sure that's the technical term for it, waggling. Can we get it to go? There we go. Perfect. And so yeah, we'll load up all 60 of those, I think. See if we can load up as many as possible. I really need to turn off those warnings. Alright. I mean, those warnings... Yeah, I'm on the wrong one again, that's why. Okay. Those warnings don't make any sense, because, I mean, obviously it's going to run out, like, as soon as you're done sending stuff, you know? Okay, and then hit the brake again. Can we get it to go? Oh, that's why. There we go. Okay. So then what we need is more of these. 25. We need like 8 more cars. Let me see. What was our other thingy that we had there was the rails. The rails are going to be our other 40. Yeah, okay. But that'll still help us get some of those. So, how many rails do we have over there? 8. We're going to have to bring more coal to that too. And cordwood. Okay. We're going to do it though. We're going to load this thing up to 100. Because that's going to be the... I've never done that. And we probably should start doing the water and all that stuff too. Okay, so let's bring this forward. We're going to get this going forward. And then we're going to buy some more cars. But I do need to get this kind of past the thing. Let's see if we can get it past the... Whoops. That doesn't really show you. Okay. We'll just do this. Because then we can put more cars on here. Let's go like this. And then we'll get this loaded up. We'll get a bunch of them. We need 8 more cars, right? I mean, technically we could use 9, but how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Plus 4 is 14. So that's 42 of those. We have 42. Yeah. Plus 25. Okay. We're going to go buy, and then we're going to go, these. Should we get these? You know, we have a bunch of them already. We might as well use more of these. Let's see. Why is it not letting me... I mean, it's making me look. I'm not holding a mouse thing. I'm not holding a mouse button down. That was weird. Let's try that again. So if I do that one, and then that'll do beams. You know, the thing is, when we go to do rails, we can't do all the rails on it, right? So we'll get the big cars, because the little cars are cheesy. Okay. And then customize, and we're going to order 7 of them. Because that's 17 and 4, yeah. Because we had 14. This gives us 21. Sure, why not? We don't need to have a specific even number or anything. Okay, and we got to re-rail them now too. It's funny, it sticks you on the ground sometimes. Let's see if we can get it to... There we go. Go like this. And then... There. And let's go re-rail the next one. There we go. And we'll get that. We'll get all these re-railed up. And then we can load them up. There. That was 3. 4. I mean, you could really role play it and be like, they only appear at specific, you know, you only get them at, they're delivered at a specific location and you have to drive them across the map to get them here. Alright, 2 more. It's not a 2 more. Okay. Alright. There we go. Not sure why it's not catching up with the railing there. Alright, so we're going to take the brakes off of all these. Just so that we don't get forgetful. Is that 5? Okay. Did I get all 5 of those? I did get all 5? Okay. Alright, so we're going to jump in the train. We're going to jump in the engine here. And we'll have our watcher back here. Our watcher person tell us when we are railed up, right? Alright, so if we hit the brake, and I want to kind of stress it a little when I hit that brake, so that I can make sure that all of our cars are attached, properly attached. Okay, so we're going to put beams on these. We're going to fill the rest of this with beams. And then we get to try to run them across the map, which should be a lot of fun, right? There we go. And we're going to come to a stop here. See if it'll put it on. Nope, it won't. Okay. There we go. I was kind of hoping it would put it on the back one so then I could get the front one too, but that's okay. We've got 3 more? Yeah, 3 more to do. Okay. See if we can get this one to load up. Load up. Load up. There we go. It won't load until it's like almost into the thing. There we go. Try 5%. See if that'll get us moving enough. Come on, you can do it. There we go. It's going to pull all the tension back out. Alright, we'll see if we can get this to go. There. See, and it's almost like we're moving too fast. Come on! Last one. Alright. There we go. And that leaves us with what? 4? Oh, we're going to get those. Yeah, we bought 7 of them, not 8. That's why. I mathed wrong. Okay. Let's do that. We're going to buy another one of those. Where is it? Here. And it's going to do this again on me. I'm not sure why it does that. It gets stuck in the view thing. Here. Let's go over this way. We're going to buy cart there. And we're going to buy 2 of those. There we go. Okay. Where'd they go? See, it like dumped me on the ground too. That was weird. Dumped me on the ground when I came out of the buy screen. Not sure why it does that. But it does. There we go. We're going to load that up. Try that again. Get it loading. There we go. There. Let's get this one. There. Okay, so we got to take the brakes off of both of these. If it'll let me. Why won't it let me? It's so weird. Not sure what it's doing with that. There we go. Looks like it wouldn't let me get to the brakes. Okay. Alright, so let's jump back in the engine. See, it's not letting me fly again. That's so weird. Alright. And let's go like this. Is this one already attached? It did attach. Huh, that's funny. Okay. Alright, and we're gonna, whoops. We're gonna go like this. And stop. Whenever it stops. You can do it. It's letting out all the tension. Did it disconnect or something? Why is it not stopping? Yeah, it did. Okay. That's why. Oh, man, really? Alright. We did that. That happened. Alright, let's make this stop. For more re-railing. We'll do this again. You know, I should put these little ones at the... I should put the little ones at the far end. Is what I should do. And, yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to put these at the far end. The back end of the train. Because otherwise they... Can I... Why can't I go up? There we go. That's so weird. There we go. Yeah, that way they're not... If they do derail, we don't derail the entire train over them. But I think they'll do better that way. Whoops. Go, re-rail. We're going to take all of these and do this. And, you know, I'm looking... I think we are out of time for today. So that is going to be it for episode 30. Join me in episode 31. We're going to try to get these across the map to the thingy and see how much we can load up on the gold mine. And then we'll run out of rails and have to go do that. But that should be... get us closer, a lot closer to where we're trying to get. So anyway, yeah, that's going to be it for episode 30. Join me in episode 31, and we'll see you then. Later.